Right, now, I shall take Madeline to the garden and talk to her of hearts that yearn, intimating that there is one such actually on the premises. Then after about a quarter of an hour or so, you'll turn up and take over. Because by that time, her emotions will be so churned up, it'll be like leaping on a moving bus.
The last time I leapt on the moving bus, Bertie, I hurt myself rather badly.
Yes, it was more sort of in front of a bus, there, wasn't it, Gussie?
Yes, but Bertie, what shall I say?
Oh, there are hundreds of things you can say. You can say how you've often thought that the stars are God's daisy chain.
God's daisy chain? You mind if I take some notes?
Note away.
God's daisy chain.
And then you can go on to say that twilight always makes you feel sad.
Why?
Well, yes, well, that's precisely what she'll ask you, and then you'll have her. Your reply will be that it's because yours is such a lonely life. In fact, it might be a good idea to give her a description of a typical evening at home in Lincolnshire, intimating how you pace the meadows with a heavy tread.
I generally sit indoors and listen to the wireless.
No, you don't, Gussie. You pace the meadows with a heavy tread, wishing there was someone there to love you. And after that, it's easy. You just grab her by the hands, tell her you've got something to say to her, and then say it. Better have a couple of quick ones first.
What, drinks, do you mean? But I don't drink.
You don't drink?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that. Pity. It's generally acknowledged that a moderate skinful on these occasions is of the essence.
Well, I suppose I could have some orange juice.
Well, yes, if you think it would help. It might be a good idea to heave a bit of a sigh at this point.
Heave, sigh.
Then grab her by the hand and give her the works.
Grab hand, give,
Works. And that's all there is to it.
Thank you, Bertie.
Well, would you, would you like some coffee, Angela?
No, thank you, Mr. Blossom.
Hello, Angela. Hello, Tuppy. Yes. Jeeves, haven't seen Miss Bassett around anywhere, have you?
She is, I believe, sir, in the sewing room.
Sewing?
If you'll allow me, sir. I trust your dinner plan was a success, sir?
Howling, Jeeves, as you'll no doubt be surprised to hear. Tuppy and Miss Travers are reunited in the drawing room.
This is indeed good news, sir. Ill-informed servants' hall gossip had it that the cook, Anatole, had given his notice, sir.
Yes, well, of course, I'm not in a position to comment on chit-chat, Jeeves, but I suppose there is always a possibility. Anatole is foreign, Jeeves.
Really, sir?
And therefore, excitable.
I shall bear it in mind, sir. The sewing room, sir.
Thank you, Jeeves. Madeline, old thing. Care for a stroll? Jolly good.
That dinner tonight, I couldn't eat any of it, of course. Far too upset. But look, I don't suppose you noticed, but I actually pushed away a whole plate of roast lamb. For God's sake!
Oh, Bertie, what a beautiful night.
Rather.
All the little flowers have closed their eyes.
Really?
And all the little stars have woken up.
Good Lord.
Oh, look! The little bunnies. How still they are.
Yes, they are marvelously still, aren't they? Yes. You know, Madeline, it's a funny old world. As a matter of fact, where are you going?
I thought we were going for a walk.
Oh, I thought we had.
Oh, Bertie.
Psst. Are you there? Gussie? Psst. Gussie?
What are you doing, Bertie?
Well, I thought there was a snake or... no, maybe not.
I think old Mr. Moon is ever so shy, Bertie. He keeps hiding behind the clouds.
Yes, he does, doesn't he? Yes, now, Madeline, talking of being shy, you know, there's an aching heart here at Brinkley Court.
Ah, yes. Life is very sad, isn't it?
Yes, well, it is for some people, yes. Now, we can take this aching heart, for instance. This heart that I'm talking about is aching like bilio.
You mean for love?
Problem is, it can't quite bring itself up to scratch to tell you the position. Just as it's about to give you the SP, it catches sight of you sideways and words fail it. It's silly, of course, but there it is.
Don't say any more, Bertie.
No, right. Well, I wasn't going to, actually. That's about it, I think.
I suspected this at Cairn, when you used to stand and stare at me without saying a word, but with whole volumes in your eyes.
No!
Yes! A girl always knows. And then you followed me down here, and there was that same dumb, yearning look in your eyes. And now you stammer out these halting words. No, it doesn't come as a surprise. But I'm sorry, Bertie, but I'm afraid it's impossible.
Oh, really? Oh, well, can't be helped. Oh dear.
Life is such a muddle, isn't it?
Yes. Well, yes, I always say that. Life is such a muddle, I say. Wait a minute. Do you mean there's someone else?
But he doesn't care for me. Well, at least he hasn't said anything. You see, I was staying with some friends in the country, and I'd gone for a walk with my dog. And the poor wee mite got a nasty thorn in its little foot, and I didn't know what to do. And suddenly, this handsome man came along.
Wow!
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. Nothing. No, I've just remembered there's a letter I must write tonight without fail. Good heavens! There's Gussie Finknottle.
Where?
Over there. Ah, yes, there he is. Yes, well, I think I'd better be going in. Gussie will take care of you. Ah, Tuppy, I wanted to see you.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm here, aren't I?
Has Angela come clustering round yet?
No, she has not.
That's very odd. She must have noticed your lack of appetite.
Lack of appetite. I'm as hollow as the Grand Canyon.
No, be brave, Tuppy. Fix your thoughts on that cold steak and kidney pie in the larder.
You would go and bring that up, wouldn't you? Just as I've managed to stop thinking about it.
Well...
Look, why don't you just buzz off, Wooster?
Right. Hello, Aunt Dahlia.
How dare you show your face in here?
Aunt Dahlia, if I may say something, you seem somewhat pipped.
Pipped!
Oh, but stand fast, Aunt Dahlia, because pretty soon Uncle Tom will be along here full of sympathy and anxious inquiry.
Do you know where my husband is?
Well, he was here at dinner.
I know he was here at dinner, you nincompoop. He is now in his study, his face buried in his hands, groaning about civilization. Any chance that I had of getting the money off him is now gone.
Eh? Why?
Because Anatole has given notice.
What?
Anatole has given notice as a result of one of your driveling schemes.
Oh, good heavens.
It's no good saying good heavens.
Well, yes, now you're upset, and that's understandable. Certainly this is a nasty jar for one and all.
The only nasty jar there is the one I'm going to put your remains in.
Now, Aunt Dahlia, don't do anything hasty, because I can fix everything.
Don't you dare try one of your lunatic schemes. Ah!
Something amiss, Jeeves?
Mr. Finknottle is feeling unwell, sir.
Everybody's been very kind. No complaints to make. No complaints at all. I wish the world was a newt.
But how could anything go wrong? All he had to do was propose.
So one would be disposed to imagine, sir. However, upon finding himself alone with the young lady, he confesses to having lost his nerve. In such circumstances, gentlemen frequently talk at random, sir, saying the first thing that chances to enter their head. This, in Mr. Finknottle's case, would seem to have been the newt, its treatment in sickness and in health.
Bad, Jeeves.
Yes, sir.
And how long did he go on talking about newts?
According to Mr. Finknottle, he supplied Miss Bassett with very full and complete information, sir.
Very bad, Jeeves.
Indeed, sir. He was just observing that newts differ from salamanders in the shape of the tail and that a marked sexual dimorphism prevails in most species when the young lady rose and said she thought she would go back to the house.
And then?
She went, sir.
Oh, difficult, Jeeves.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I shall have to try and burnish the brain a bit, see if I can find a way out of this.
I'm sure Mr. Finknottle will be most grateful, sir. Will that be all, sir?
Yes, thank you, Jeeves, yes.
One moment, my fine chap, Mrs. Travers. I can take a few smooths with the rough, is true, but you do not play larks against me on my food. No, I do not remain no longer in this house. No more. I piss off and do not stay planted. I am a blighter of principle. The English animals for the food, eh? Cut some out of my lives, the English. I return to... Oh, no, I do not remember my knives.
Glossop, what are you doing?
I should have told you, Mamma. Mr. Glossop always likes to have 3 or 4 good meals during the night. It helps keep him going till breakfast.
No crazy, Mrs. Travers. You be nice to Anatole. Anatole be...
You just drop those knives, Anatole. And what are you doing with that gun, Tom Travers?
Nothing, my dear.
This is the end. Anatole, he is devastated.
This is all your fault, Wooster.
Me? What have I done?
Jeeves, pack Mr. Wooster's bags.